Hello everybody, my name is Megan and welcome to my July TBR. Really forgot about what month it was then. It's already quite a few days into the month and to be honest I'm not really in a reading kind of mood. I need to get on that, shake myself up a bit after the readathons of last month, get back in the filming groove. Work was just a bit of a nightmare at the end of June and then everything's just been a bit hectic, but now I am Yelk bound, I'm excited, I don't have to go to work for a few days, so why not film my TBR? I don't really have a set TBR, I have one book that I need to read, which I should probably talk about first, so let me grab it from the pile. We have Shadow Flame by Mindy Arnett, which I am reading with Becca. We are going to buddy read this. It is the sequel to Onyx and Ivory, which we follow a girl who works for a messenger service because she left home because her father was killed as a traitor, and then there's, you know, some romance with the prince. There's like secret magic. It's a good time and I'm looking forward to seeing how the duology wraps up. I'm a big fan of duologies. Hopefully this one solidifies how much I enjoyed Onyx and Ivory. Don't know when we'll be reading it. I'm assuming post Yelk because that makes sense to me, but I'm sure we'll discuss it. Okay, and then I'm also kind of feeling like I'm in a romance mood, so one book that I will be starting soon is Loveless and Fancy Ships by Sarah Grunder Ruiz. This is a Berkeley romance and I like the cover, and it's about a yacht stewardess, Jo, who's been attempting to complete a bucket list of 30 things she wants to accomplish by her 30th birthday. Jo has almost everything she's ever wanted, including a condo on the beach, though she's the youngest resident by several decades. An exciting job, albeit below deck, that lets her travel the world. She's on track until the death of her nephew turns her life upside down and the list falls by the wayside. But when her two nieces show up unannounced with plans to stay the summer, they discover her list and insist on helping Jo finish it, though the remaining 8 items, which include running a marathon, visiting 10 countries and sleeping in a castle, seem impossible to complete in 12 weeks. Jo takes on the challenge. When she summons the courage to complete item number 5, kiss a stranger, and meets Alex Hayes, all bets are off. As her feelings for Alex intensify and Jo's inability to control difficult emotions about her family complicates her relationship, she must learn to quit playing it safe with her heart before she loses what matters most. And this is, I believe, the first in like a series, like a romance series, the next one being Love and Last Resorts, which comes out very soon. I'm really excited about it, so I wanted to give this one a shot first. Next, we have 2 books I've been wanting to read for the longest time and for some reason just never get around to them. So we have The Case for Jamie and A Question of Homes, both by Brittany Cavallaro. This is books 3 and 4 in the Charlotte Holmes series, and the ending of book 2 was intense. There was like, it was a lot and I need to know what happens next. So this is about the descendants of Sherlock Holmes and John Watson who meet at a prestigious boarding school in America sometime around nowish and form a relationship of, you know, just twist, like it's a fucked up relationship and I'm here for it. The dynamics so great. Why have I not read these? Next, I read Docile last month by K.M. Sparrow and immediately bought First Becomes Ashes, and I have no idea what it's about, don't want to know what it's about. I just want to go in and hope it's great because I really love Docile. And this is a fantastic standalone adventure that explores self-discovery after trauma and outgrowing abusive origins over the course of an American road trip. We love to see it. Next we have one that I've already started, so we'll definitely finish. We have The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. I'm listening to this on audio currently. Please ignore all the terrible stickers. I got this from a charity shop, obviously. This is about a civil servant who one day finds a watch that's mysteriously shown up in someone broke in to his flat, left him a watch, did his dishes and then left. Which, I love that. And then the watch saves him from being blown up and he gets pulled into the investigation, and that's all I know so far and I am here for it. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm having a really good time. Okay, back to the romance thing. We have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Beach read is one of my favourite romances of all time. I read People Meet on Vacation last month. It was so great. And now I'm desperate to read Book Lovers, which is about Nora Stephen, who is a literary agent, and Charlie, who does something else, who's an editor, I believe. And it's an Emily Henry romance. I do not think it will let me down. Next, we have Twice Shy. I've read You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle and I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. It's one of my favourite romances of all time. And I've owned this for a really long time but not read it. Someone tell me why. This is about Maybelle, who inherits her grandmother's house and then she arrives there and finds out that she's only inherited half, and maybe the grumpy guy who's inherited the other half might not be so bad. Like, Grumpy Sunshine. I'm ready. Another book that I really want to get to is A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn, which is the first book in the Veronica Speedwell series that everyone on BookTube seems to be obsessed with, and I know I'm going to be as well. So this is about an orphan who decides to go off and have an adventure and ends up thwarting her own kidnapping and meets this guy called Stoker, apparently. I don't know. It's like Victorian mystery romance, and yes please. Another contender is Seasonal Fears by Shauna Maguire, the companion novel to Middle Game, one of my favourite books of last year. This is a book that I don't think is easy to describe. Yep, no, I'll quickly run through the blurb, but it means nothing. The King of Winter and the Queen of Summer are dead. The fight for their crowns begins. Melanie has a destiny, though it isn't the one everyone assumed it to be. She's delicate, she's fragile, she's dying. Now truly is the winter of her soul. Harry doesn't want to believe in destiny, but that means accepting the loss of the one person who gives his life meaning, who brings summer to his world. So when a new road is laid out in front of them, a road that will lead through untold dangers toward a possible lifetime together, walking down it seems to be the only option, but others are following behind with violence in their hearts. It looks like destiny has a plan for them after all. Sure. Okay. I'm sure it'll be fantastically written and I can't wait. Will I read it this month? Let's hope so. Okay, and then we have Tell Me I'm Worthless by Alison Rumfitt, which is a dark, unflinching haunted house novel that takes readers from the well of the literary gothic up through Brighton's queer scene and out into the heart of the modern day trans experience. It's literary, it scares me. I might try and read it this month. A lighter option, we have Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore, which is a historical romance about a daring Oxford rebel who takes on a powerful duke in a love story that threatens to upend the British social order. Could be fun. And then we have Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz, which I meant to read last month and then didn't. So this is a book set in Edinburgh, 1817, about Hazel Sinnott, who's a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry, and Jack Cora, who's a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a city where it's too easy to die. A gothic tale full of mystery and romance. Like, okay, we'll see what happens. And finally, we have some classics and some BookBox books that like I'm going to try and get to because it's part of my goals or whatever. So for classic, I'm going to get to The Great Gatsby, which I have an audio and it's pretty short, so fingers crossed I enjoy that. Non-fiction, I'm going to try and read either Cultish, The Language of Fanaticism, or Eating Animals, because Nina Norms has talked about it and I am nothing if not susceptible to influence. And then BookBox books, I've just grabbed two because honestly they have audiobooks and they're probably the ones I'm definitely going to get to. So we have This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi. No idea what this is about. Clashing Empires, Forbidden Romance and a Long Forgotten Queen destined to save her people. Sure. And then Blood Scion also has an audiobook. This is by Deborah Fillet. I am a descendant of Shango, the god of heat and fire. I am a living inferno. I am a dead girl walking. Okay, this is what they deserve. They wanted me to be a monster. I will be the worst monster they ever created. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Hi, me again. I forgot about this thing that I'm planning to do this month. This is a small collection of some of the books I bought from Orbit when they had a 50% off sale. I am going to do a try a chapter tag. Not tag, because no one's tagged me. This isn't a thing that most people can do because they didn't buy 20 books from Orbit when they had a half price sale. But I did. So this is a collection of some of the ones that I'm most intrigued to start, but I don't know which one I actually want to start. The options are too many. So I'm going to read the first chapter of each of them, do a whole video on it, pick the one I'm going to read, and then hopefully you will see my thoughts in a wrap-up coming at you at some point in the future. Okay, I'm gonna dip out again now. Bye. So, that's so many bought. So, you won't be able to see all of these because my camera is, once again, far too close. But this is the pile of books I have collated. And it just keeps going. That I'm going to attempt to read this month. While I'm very busy and very stressed. So, we'll see how that goes. If you have enjoyed this spectacularly late video, please let me know in the comments below. How are your TBRs going? They treating you well? And yeah, I'll catch you in another video, hopefully much sooner. My socials are rolling down below. Follow me if you want me to never post anything ever, because I don't know whether, but hey, it's worth having them. Alright, that's it from me. I will catch you soon.